These are the results from the 11 games played in the NBA on Monday. Knicks beat the Suns. Pacers beat the Raptors. The Cavaliers, they stopped the Bulls. The Lakers beat the Hornets. Well, these are just the results from the last game days in the NBA. Pistons losing to the Trailblazers. Warriors beating the Hawks with Klay Thompson's 54. And the Miami Heat beating Doc Rivers' coaches, the 76ers. You always associate Clippers and Rivers. The Clippers beaten, that's the story, by the Heat. Now, Kobe Bryant torched the Raptors in Los Angeles back in 2006, scoring 81 points. Since then, one other player managed to deliver a single-game scoring performance that would cause statisticians to be amending key pages in their record books. Well, Devin Booker did put up that. Well, on Monday night, the Cleveland Cavaliers star, Donovan Spida Mitchell, went berserk against Chicago Bulls. The 26-year-old stunned the Bulls with 71 points to become the 7th player in NBA history to score 70 or more in a single game. It was also the second time in 6 years that a player was tallying 70 or more points in a single NBA game. We have the Mitchell highlights.
You know, I know.
Donovan Mitchell getting ready to make some personal and Cavalier history on Monday night against DeMar DeRozan and the Chicago Bulls. What a game this turned out to be. Pick it up in the second quarter. It's DeRozan, the mid-range maestro from just inside the free throw line. DeRozan one more time in transition, same spot, same result. He had 18 points at the half. Ball movement here to Zach Lavine, knocks down the deep three. And Chicago leads it by 18 at that point. Mitchell just getting started. Step back three on Alex Caruso and one. He had 16 at the half, but again, just getting warmed up and his team trailing by 18 at the break. Third quarter, Donovan Mitchell hijacks the highlight. Look at the move to get to the rim. Mitchell in the mid-range here. That falls. Mitchell and one. He had 24 in the third quarter and 40 points through three. Chicago still leading by 9 after leading by as many as 21. DeRozan still at it. An and one of his own. Cedi Osman cuts to the basket. He'll score it. He had 19, and it's a 3-point Bulls lead. Mitchell drives through everybody, up and in. Mitchell, one more time. That won't fall. Sticks with it. The putback is good and one. And then Mitchell drives, finds Jared Allen for the dunk and the foul. Chicago still leading by 3. DeRozan, look at the footwork and the finish off the glass. He had 44. But Mitchell keeps coming. This time for 3. He was 7 of 15 from the great beyond. Late, Mitchell at the line, down 2. Misses it and somehow comes up with it. How many times have we seen this week? Mitchell with the putback. It's 130 all. DeRozan with a chance to end it. Won't go. And more opportunity for Mitchell to make history in the overtime. Mitchell surveys, pulls up, and gives the Cavaliers their first lead of the night in the overtime. Mitchell from one coast to another. Mitchell for 3. He was 22 of 34 from the field. One more time from 3. Mitchell with a franchise record and career high 71 points, 8 boards, 11 assists, the 7th player ever with a 70-point game. Donovan Mitchell takes over. The Cavs win it by 11.
And even before Monday night, the Jazz fans were wondering, what the hell have we done allowing this man to walk out of the team? Let's hear from Spida.
We fought. You know, I know I had 70 and all, but I wouldn't be here without them. We wouldn't have been in this position without guys making crucial plays, man. And that's the honest truth. You know, we didn't come out too great to start the first half, and you know, JV threw some stuff around, screamed at us a little bit, told us to lock in. And, we all did it as a group. My teammates put me in the right positions, and, I just made the plays. I told JB, don't take me out. I'm just going to try and find a way to just lead us in every aspect. And, like I said, some nights it's putting the ball in the basket, some nights it's defense, some nights it's finding guys, and, just try to find different things. And, I had to do a little something with Darius being out a little bit.
Donovan Spida Mitchell, our NBA expert Alister Albert, joins us now. Alister, Spida spun his web all over the Bulls, joining an elite list of NBA players. Beyond the final number, though, 71, has to be one of the best scoring displays we've seen in some time. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. There's no denying that. There's not even a reason to really debate it or anything. Spida Mitchell puts up one of the most historic scoring performances that you'll ever see in a basketball game, at this level. And I think, what he did it in a way that was really useful to his team. Of course, they won, which is really important, but they needed every single one of those points. That game going into overtime the way that it did, excuse me, you could see that, his production was really needed at that point. In the other two games that you referenced with Kobe Bryant, it was a little bit of a blowout against the Toronto Raptors, and the game against the Celtics for Devin Booker, where he scored the 70 points, they lost, so that doesn't even really count in this day and age. So, the points were scored, yes, but in terms of what Donovan Mitchell did, it was really competitive. DeMar DeRozan went at him, 44 points. Zach Lavine, 26. They really tried to put their foot on the Cavaliers' neck, but Donovan Mitchell, and some would say the referees, kind of helped this situation because there were quite a lot of free throws that were given that allowed them to get back into the game and allowed them to win.
Yeah, let's look at the list of players in the 70 club, Alister. I know it's just for the benefit of my viewers. Yep. So the list looks like this. Wilt, the Stilts, Chamberlain, did it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times for good measure. Kobe, his magnum opus, 81. David Thompson, 73. Donovan Mitchell in that league. Elgin Baylor with his 71. David Robinson, the Admiral. And then Devin Booker at the bottom of the list. The key quote for me from the game on Monday, Alister, was the coach of the Cavaliers saying that, look, this is a player that's not selfish. He's a team player. And of course, usually, if you look at the players on that list, several of them had a strong selfish streak to their nature. I mean, I'm looking at you, Kobe. But and that's not a criticism. It's just what it is. It's what made them great. But there's nothing selfish about Donovan Mitchell. But even in that context, the coach said, he just told the other players, you know what? Let him take over. Let him carry the scoring and let us try to win this game on the back of his exploits. I thought that was a good call by the coach rather than trying to let's bring other guys into the scoring. Man was hot. You leave the hot guy with the hot hand to do his thing.
That's right. And I think apart from Jarrett Allen in that game, who shot 9 of 10 from the field, the rest of his team was shooting 35%. Everyone, yes, Chetty Osman kind of chipped in 19 points. Kevin Love put up 12 and 17 rebounds. They were not really shooting the ball very well. So, and Spida Mitchell himself in that first half, 16 points, 5 or 10 shooting, 16 points at the half. You would not expect him to end up with 71. They were not really shooting the ball really well, and they were down to the Bulls. And they kind of needed someone to come in and command the game and change the game to their momentum, their pace, and everything. And that's what he did. From the third quarter, he scored 24 points. Got to the line, an enormous amount of times, that got him into a rhythm. He just saw the ball going into the basket quite a few times. And then that's over. For someone who's a shooter and anyone who plays basketball, once you're shooting the ball and you get into the free throw line and you see the ball going in, your confidence just exponentially rises. And that's what happened with him in this game. And yeah, it's amazing what he was able to do, in this day and age. And, the Bulls really trying to clamp down on him. But one of the things I really hate about this game, for the Bulls, is their defense. Of course, how do you allow someone to score 71 points on you, get into the rim as much as he did? Yes, he shot three-pointers and all that. But again, they didn't employ the use of a big defensive man. They had Andre Drummond on the bench, who only played 6 minutes in the game. And when he was in that game for the 6 minutes, he was really impactful. So Donovan, the coach for the Bulls, can't even remember his name now, he didn't employ coaching tactics there to try to even limit, the chances at the rim. So it's a tale of two things right there. But Donovan Mitchell, all credit to him, because putting up 71 points is hard. Very hard.
And the final thing is this, for those who only follow the NBA when you get on and talk about what's happening, and who may be wondering, well, the 71 put up by Donovan Mitchell, was that, well, it is an outlier in terms of points total, but is he really this good night after night? Has he been this good for the Cavaliers night after night since his move from the Utah Jazz? Your answer to them would be what?
Yeah, he has. He's not 71 points good, but, he has put up 30, 40 points consistently throughout this season, and he's kind of been the leader of this team. Everyone has kind of followed his lead coming from Utah. Not even Darius Garland is really trying to show him, I was the guy here before, I was the All-Star, follow my lead. Donovan Mitchell has come in and taken command of this team. So he hasn't put up 71 points every night. And, as was said throughout the broadcast, he hadn't even scored 50 points in a regular season game in his career. And for him to do what he did there right now, it just showed that, he just needed that extra push. But when Donovan Mitchell came into the league, really quickly, I'll say this, one of the things I thought about him was his fearlessness. The person he reminded me the most of was Damian Lillard, fearless guy. And what he showed there last night was ultimate fearlessness in shooting the ball and willing his team to a win.
Yeah, when I saw him in the flesh, I said, he's short, but he's very good. Anyway, the NBA continues tonight. Thank you very much, Alister. All the best to you.
No problem, guys. See you next time.
Good. The league continues on the home of champions later. The Milwaukee Bucks host 10th seeded Washington Wizards. Eastern Conference clash that. Tip-off 9 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time, 8 p.m. in Jamaica, SportsMax 2. Before we leave, though, viewers in Trinidad and Tobago, here's your chance to play our Take Your Shot promotion and win a trip for two to attend the 2023 All-Star Weekend in Utah. Watch the NBA live on SportsMax to get a chance to scan the QR code. For more information on how to participate, the promotion, which began on November 28th last year, ends January 20 this year.